Hey, UK. It's your boy Vitamin D from When I Talk, You Listen. Yeah, that's right. When I talk, you listen. And today I got some info that you should not be missing. Now, today's topic is going to be one that I know everybody wants to hear about. Ever since I've been in the UK, I get a lot of questions when it comes to who got the better females, America or UK, and what's the differences in between the both. And today, I'm going to be telling you that. So stay tuned. But until then, we got a message from our sponsor. We're sponsored by Prestige Apparel. Prestige Apparel is a hair care accessory line. They do things like do-rags. They do things like brushes. They do things like grease. These are their do-rags. You want your waves to spin like that? To where the girls getting dizzy when they see you? Make sure you pick up Prestige Apparel. They come in many colors: red, black, gold, silver. I got mine. See? Got the fresh logo on it and everything. I got mine. You need to get you yours. Now, moving on with the subject. What I want to tell you is the way I can define this, the difference, the biggest difference that I've seen between British females and American females. American females, they shoot very high, as you know, too high. You know what I'm saying? They're very money hungry. They want very successful men. They want somebody that's done a lot, achieved a lot, and is going places. They want it. They want it real bad. And so that's what I mean by American females, they be shooting to the moon, shooting too high. Now, when you come across the water, the big difference is British females, they are completely opposite. There is nothing that's more unattractive and more standoffish to a British female than a man that's successful, a man that knows where he's going, a man that's got control of his life, and a man that's going other places real far. That is something that a British female does not like. You might not believe it, but it's true. American females shoot high, British females shoot too low. Why they shoot low? It's because simply it's just the society, it's the culture, it's the way things have been set up. Women here, they don't really be doing much. Where's your baddest females at? The ones that are most attractive, the ones that you like the most. Where they at? They're in council estates. They're sitting in flats or houses with kids. You understand what I'm saying? So when a man comes around that has everything going, that's talking about, yeah, I got these degrees, I got a job, it's international, I'm trying to open a business overseas, I'm trying to go and do this, XYZ, maybe have some Airbnbs in America, some Airbnbs in Dubai. You completely shatter this woman's visions of what can happen in the future. They not going nowhere. What they gonna do? Women here do school runs. They stay local. They go to their shopping areas. They run around at H&M in the daytime when their kids is in school, spending up all of that benefit money, and then they go right back and pick up their child. And they do the same thing tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. What is it that they're gonna do with you? For today's modern man that's moving on in UK, that's growing, getting more money, traveling, doing more things, you are pushing yourself further and further away from women in UK because you know what they got to do. They got to sit. They can't have life changes that are big like that. That will shatter everything that they work for. How long they been sitting around trying to get that house? How long they been sitting around trying to get that apartment? How long they been sitting around trying to do? You think they're gonna uproot that because of a man with potential? They're not gonna uproot that and change their life around uncertainty with a man when they got a plan that was developed by the queen and the king to keep them safe, comfortable, and in what it is they're doing. So you present a threat to their lifestyle. So if therefore women in UK, they like men that have a little less motion, a little less real motion in life. Local guys, people that have a name in the area. If your name can get big in the little 3 mile, radius where you stay at, then you might have a shot. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody that's gonna be able to to double dutch and jump rope with that routine that she got that's going to be going on forever. You may want to help her with that routine by giving her a baby or something like that, getting her pregnant so she can get a bigger place to live or something like that. But coming around talking about, nah, let's cut all of this off, let's take our lives over here, let's do this, you dead. You dead. So therefore, it proves men with less emotion will have more going on with women here. And that's why, you know, what do you do when you meet a woman? If she likes you a lot, she gonna let you move in, but she gonna let you be around her house. You understand what I'm saying? And then what happens? We know what happens when we move in with women. You can start getting the layers of respect stripped off you daily, daily, every day. It's another layer of respect. You're getting called waste, man. You need to do something with your life. You need to do this. You need to do that. And this is what they like to do. It gives them control. It gives them power. And they love that in this country. These are my opinions. This is what I've observed. And no, I'm not no new person just looking from the outside. I've been here 15 years. I'm a British citizen as well. I've worked here, been to university here, been very successful here, been poor here, lived in council estates, lived in rich neighborhoods, all the situations. You know what happened when I fell off? I'm gonna give you some real game. When I lost all the cars and the house that I had and everything like that, and I finally decided to take advantage of the help that is available in UK, and I went and moved into a shared house in a room, do you know how many women wanted to come see me? And they knew exactly my situation. They were making sure I understood that they didn't care about that, that that's no problem with them, that that's no problem for them, and they come pick me up and stuff like that, because that's what they used to with dudes. That's what they used to, crippled, indigent men that they can have a little bit of control over, and they like that. When I had my house and I had all my cars on the lot, do you know I was with the same woman for 8 years? Because I wanted to be. But what I'm trying to say is, there wasn't no gang of women trying to groove with that. The more they would see that I had, and the more emotion they would see that I had, the less I would hear from them. The less I would get, you know what I'm saying, where I was trying to go with them. Because they knew. They knew we were on two different complete platforms. So yeah, women in America shoot too high. Women in UK shoot very, 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 very low. It is what it is. When I talk, you listen. Peace.